Right. All right. Well, we are here, Troha and I, and myself, Isaac, and Troha. Meth is doing streaming duties, and we have two teams in this 3v3 tournament that are going to start us off. One team that might be a little surprising to the viewer is the Yoda team. We have a team in the tournament that is only solely comprised of all Yodas and who have made the obligation and the oath of promise to just do Yodas throughout the entire tournament. Those people are Alex, LegendZ, and Tom. And then you have them facing off in this particular match against not DevastatoR, Fierce, Blade, and DevastatoR. Total mistake. Yes.
That's right, Isaac.
So, Tro, what do you think about these teams going into it? What are your thoughts on DevastatoR, Blade, and Fierce? What are your thoughts on the Yoda team? What are some strengths? What are some weaknesses? Just what are your general thoughts overall?
I had my share of fighting against Fierce and DevastatoR. So, I sort of only know about their skill set, and they're pretty good players that I went against. The Yoda team, however, Yoda team, I think they're gonna put in a good fight. I think I'm gonna be a bit surprised of how this round is gonna go. And personally,
Alex left.
And that's the match, folks. But yeah, I went against Tom and Alex before as well, and they have a really good skill set. So I think it's going to be a really close match, really close call. And yeah, that is my thoughts on it so far. LegendZDude, I don't believe I've played.
Yeah, have you ever played with LegendZ in Troa?
I'm not sure. So I don't think I have. I feel like it's a familiar name. So maybe ran across him again with the chat or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so in my eyes, man, this Yoda team is definitely trolling. If they're gonna go all Yoda, you might assume at least at first that they'd be trolling. But this new patch, basically, the Yodas are pretty buffed up, so it's actually not too bad of an option to go with the Yoda because the Yoda, to be honest with you, that you can actually get a couple of confirmed kills and have those be kind of mistakes, if you don't look the right way. So it's actually not a bad idea to go with the Yoda, especially with the saber throw now that the Yoda has and all the buffed up mechanics that he has. But it is still a little bit trolly that all of these team members are going Yoda, but that was their commitment on the heroes, so they are going to play that through to its utmost ability. Tom obviously has always been known as Yoda. He will forever have it tattooed somewhere, probably on his chest or his arm or something like that. LegendZ I haven't really played with too much, to be honest with you, so I can't really speak too much on his ability. And the other person is Alex, and Alex is actually pretty solid. He's a solid supportive player, and he can play pretty well. So those are my comments on those three.
That's right, Isaac.
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Yeah, that's right, Isaac. And experiencing firsthand against Tom and Alex, they're really solid players when they're playing against Yoda. In fact, even today I was facing against them, and they're pretty tough. I don't know if it's a troll thing, but it's I honestly I don't think it is, because as you said, it's they definitely put in new mechanics for Yoda to make him a bit more available for even the normal casual players too, rather than just having push and pull and just getting rid of the pull to get the saber throw. And it's a lot.
Sure. I wanted to ask you about Tom for a moment. Tom's always been known as this Yoda, and I think it's an interesting question with respect to whether or not you think his skill has increased with this patch 1.5. So just kind of judging off of your play with Tom that you've had kind of recently and comparing that to pre-patch, level of skill, what do you think of Tom's skill with this patch, with specifically his Yoda? Do you think it creates a new dynamic with the saber throw ability and stuff like that? I mean, what are your thoughts on kind of like the new and improved Tom with this patch, basically?
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Isaac. He's definitely, now granted he hasn't played in about 6 years, and yeah, it's like before this patch is like he was sort of easy to get to, but like after this patch is like he's been pretty hard to attack and to just go after. So I just think, yeah, I think his powers increased immensely.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, he's actually gotten pretty active with those saber throws. To be honest with you, he's caught me off guard a lot of times with those saber throws, and it's just a matter of time before he gets some really good practice in with those saber throws and gets really consistent with them. But yeah, I think Tom's skill has increased significantly with this patch 1.5. So it's always been really interesting to me to see some players, whose skill has kind of increased because of this patch, because of certain characters that they play with a lot.
Right.
So yeah, it would be really interesting. So I haven't really spoken too much on Fierce, Devastator, or again, if it's a list, I always forget, or Blade. But particularly, I think this team, the wild card of this team, and the person who's going to be the most significant for this team to have any chance of doing a deep run throughout the tournament is going to be Blade. Blade's your player that's going to be, if he is able to get to the skill level that he once was in 2013 or even beyond that a little bit, this team is going to be really, really competitive and really, really tough to deal with. But if Blade isn't able to catch up with that skill level throughout the tournament, I think this team will still have a deep run, but it may not be able to beat the tournament. So he has a lot of skill. He's got a lot of experience. He's notably been saying that he's been having some frame rate issues with his computer. So that's a technical issue that might be limiting his abilities. So it's something to potentially keep in mind. And then you also have Devastator on that team as well. Devastator is a fantastic player, fantastic support type player, defensive type player, just smart type player overall. So you really have a potentially fantastic team. It's just a matter of this team building their chemistry together, practicing, and really putting the time in to become a team. They have to figure out their identity, and I think that identity is going to start developing as you see them play more consistently throughout the tournament.
That's right, Isaac. And yeah, it looks like they're about ready to start the match.
Yep, I think sabers were thrown. Star blades, in Asajj's case, were also thrown. I think we're waiting. I think we're waiting on Tom. So waiting on Tom for a little bit.
All right, still, yeah, that is a.
So
did not catch
hot
that
take,
yet.
so I'm gonna put you on a hot seat right now.
All right, man.
Which team do you think is gonna win this match?
That's a good question, Isaac. And considering everything that we just discussed, I believe. So it looks like Tom saying Jeff says good luck to everyone. Thank you. Shout out to Jock Jeff. He's a really good player, and hope he comes back at it again. But yeah, it looks like this match is starting.
All right, sounds good. I'm gonna take that answer for you, my man. I'm definitely going with Devastator, Fierce, and Blade on this one. But I think it's gonna be really interesting, really exciting to see some really nice Yoda kills here throughout the tournament.
Right. Yeah, it looks like star blades are being thrown at him. Looks like they're advancing on the Yoda team pretty hard. But and it looks like they got Fierce knocked down.
Did we get a first Yoda kill? And we do.
Oh, we did. We got
it up.
Tom and Alex made the first kills of the match.
Nicely done. So they gotta keep this momentum.
Blade looks like he's just standing at the cantina bubble, just waiting. Oh no!
Blade has no idea what to do right now. He is just completely confused and befuddled as to how the Yoda team.
Devastator's facing them all like by himself.
Oh my gosh! A backslash from who was that? Alex Ace? Dang! That's what I'm saying. The Yodas are so small that it's so hard to target them. It's just like it's a character that nobody really plays against. So I don't know. This Yoda team's putting up a good fight. I will say that I was speaking with Tom on the phone about an hour before this match, and Tom was on fire about wanting to prove how he is the most dominant Yoda player in the universe. So no doubt, Tom is geared up for this match, and he's ready to throw it down.
That's right, and he is showing it as he is supporting the team.
Damn, Tom with that great save.
Yeah, nice save. Unfortunately, he got
Oh man, Legend was about to get that. Gets choked. That's all right. Yoda team has just got to regroup. Yoda team has just got to regroup.
Yeah, as they say, teamwork makes the dream work.
Ooh, Choha with a where did you pull that cliche from, Cho?
I'm gonna be honest, I don't. Oh yeah. All right. Well, we got them all grouped up. Tom leading the charge.
Yeah, but what do you think early on about? What do you think early on about what's been transpiring? Like, I'm genuinely impressed right now. It's 5-5. Yoda team is not too far behind. They're throwing a couple of haymakers, honestly, and they're keeping up. Like, what do you think about what's going on right now?
Well, I think it's like, both teams are like showing good teamwork, of course.
Yeah.
And yeah, looks like they got. Looks like all the Yodas got wiped out right there.
All the Yodas. So in this particular instance right here, Cho, I mean, the Yoda team has got to regroup. So you never want a 1-on-3, you never want a 2-on-3 situation. You always want to be with the team, moving as a single cell kind of organism. So Tom, for instance, right now, he's got to follow it up with LegendZDude. He notices that, he realizes that, he's moving forward with his team. That's great. The only way they're going to pick up a lot of these kills, they got to work together as a team, no doubt.
Right. Of course. That's right, Isaac. And it looks like Alex just got wiped right there. So yeah.
Oh, unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Unfortunately, Yoda's tried to regroup, but Blade,
that was unfortunate.
Devastator just went all out on them. Well, yeah, they didn't have too much good cover there.
The score right now, by the way, for the viewer, it's 5-11. So the villains are starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm here. They're starting to figure out these Yodas a little bit more. Yoda team is starting to get picked off pretty easily, 1-on-1. Yep. Yeah, as I said,
separating them.
Yep. The only hope for this team, as I said, you got to work together as a team. You got to stay close to each other. You know, they really came out of the hard first 2 minutes or so. So they're starting to lose that rhythm a little bit here. So hopefully they regain that sense of cohesion they had earlier.
Yeah, you could always pick it up. It just takes time.
Yeah, it looks like Tom is throwing some sabers to the cantina bubble. Alex as well, looking to throw some sabers. They're kind of surrounded here, Alex and Tom. It's a 2-on-3 situation. Alex tumbles Blade. Nicely done. Another tumble with Blade. Will he pick it up? Not able to.
Just got tumbled, and Tom just wiped Devastator out just like that.
Nicely done. Nicely done. Tom is getting pushed back. He's not completely tumbled yet. Fighting for his life. And out of it. LegendZDude with a double push. Oh! Nicely done.
Nice.
He messed up the double kill, though, but he does get at least one kill. On that particular instance, you would have really wanted to see Legend just kind of stop and then maybe do a backslash to both of those characters to get them both summoned and then finish it up. But LegendZ ends up at least getting the one kill.
Yeah, it looks like earlier, like Tom and Alex were facing Devastator over at their spawn, and Devastator's just facing some heavy resistance over there. Devastator's just getting pushed all around, and here comes Blade, he also got
Alex pushes Tom out of the way and says, "Not for you, sir," and ends up stealing Tom's kill.
Well, maybe there was a reason for that. We don't
Oh,
entirely
you
know.
think there was a dang?
Oh, and we got
Dang.
Fierce tumbled, and Alex, nice, taking out
Nice.
Fierce.
Alex picking up the
Tom with the
kills.
save. Yeah, it's like just as we were talking about earlier, they just need to regroup, need to work together, and
Exactly.
that's exactly what they're doing there. Now they're picking it up.
So the score right now for the viewer, 9-18. 9-18. Villains in the lead.
All right.
Devastator with a kill on Legend Z. Nice, quick, easy saber throw kill. Fierce with another kill on Tom. Okay, so this is important. So Alex has really got to make sure that he stays alive and that he's not ambushed by a 3-on-1 attack. So he's just got to stay alive, basically.
Yeah, that's right, Isaac. He really needs to just stay over. He's trying to stay over by the spawn, but also you don't really want the villains over by the hero spawn anyway, because that way those players will get picked off too, and it looks like that just happened.
So this is the trend in these tournaments too. It's like, so they're staying in one location pretty much centrally. You really want to see the team kind of move to a different location because they're starting to get really beat up over here. You know, so if they continue to stay at this location, it might be a little difficult for them to kind of get into a rhythm because the villains right now are just really, really piling it on them at this point in time.
Yeah,
just as I say that, Blade kills Tom.
Yeah, perhaps one of them can spawn over by the other spawn so that, like, when Blade was over by the jog route, he, like, one of the Yodas probably could have got him.
Nice, Legend Z with a great kill on Blade.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
That was good.
Tom gets wiped out by Devastator that one. Okay. Yeah, you really want to see one of these guys flank, you know, from the hero's corner, maybe do a ramp up that staircase there and get a maybe quick kill. Oh, just as I say that, Legend Z.
Nice.
Just switch the spawn. Maybe he might be listening to the stream, perhaps. Perhaps. Maybe.
Impossible.
Impossible. Impossible. All right. Legend Z going with Tom and Alex, working together as a single-celled organism. The Yodas look amazingly cute, by the way, doing their little back hops.
Perhaps we could get a baby Yoda skin.
those back hops though from that Yoda, whoever did that on the dev team, oh my god, much credit to you because you are making these Yodas hilarious to watch. Wow, those hops, it's like a damn bunny.
Looks like the Yodas are a little spread out, and yeah, one took out Legend, and yeah, Devastator with Alex and Thomas just on the tower up there.
You know, that's on. So when you play with Tom a lot for the past, you know, when you play with him for the past 15 years, you start to develop patterns on characters and on certain people's playstyle. And Tom loves that specific tower, but it's It's honestly not a bad thing to go in that tower, especially if you're a 3-on-1, because what it does is, it gives you the height. It allows you to not get killed by the opponent. So Tom definitely has the right intention to use that tower. It's just, we may as well call that Tom's tower at this point, because that is his tower.
Yep, hey, fine by me.
Legend Z gets pushed. Fierce is able to, looks like he, oh no, wait, Devastator's down. Devastator's tumbled.
Oh, it looks like the Yodas are going in. Tom's trying to protect their backs. Oh, looks like Devastator got free.
Who backslash Devastator right there? Oh my god, Alex with a saber throw on Devastator. Alex cleaning house, yo. Alex is cleaning house. This is his moment right here.
Indeed.
Hopefully he's able to get him. No. Oh, damn. I was real. Fierce has got to ruin that moment. You know, Alex could have gotten a whole team wipe on the villains, but Fierce goes up and ruins it.
Way to go, Fierce.
Well, team to reset here. Back to normal. Damn, look at Legend communicating through text. You kind of begin to wonder, those Alex, Legend Z, and Tom, are they communicating on comms at all, or are they just kind of strictly doing it on text? Because if they're communicating on comms, it might be a little better for their team, to be honest with you. Nice.
That's
Alex
right.
with a great pickup. Go ahead, Tro.
Yeah, going by what you said earlier, I was like, yeah, that usually helps. Personally, that usually helps me with when doing matches, just going on comms with my teammates and talk about the situations.
Yeah, no, for sure. So, going into the next match, Tom, Legend Z, and Alex might want to consider doing comps, to be honest with you. Oh, score update, by the way. It is 34-13, Villains with the lead, 34-13.
34-13. Looks like that just became 35-13.
Yep. So, again, you want to see these Yodas, you want to see this team move to a different location, to be honest with you, because it is starting to
seem to be making the same. Yeah, they seem to be making the same mistakes here. Just keep on spawning this area,
right.
and the other team knows what they're doing.
Yeah, no, for sure. So you want to try and I would try and switch the location on them. Try and do something a little bit different.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
We got one over at the hero's corner, and just use that staircase ramp. That probably could have gotten DevastatoR and Fierce, who at the time when they were both at the jog roof.
Right. Exactly. So it looks like it's being played a little bit more defensively this match now. A lot of saber throws by Fierce. Let's see what else is happening here.
All right, looks like Fierce is going in.
Alex is tumbled.
At Tom.
DevastatoR gets the kill.
Tom pushes Fierce off the spawn.
Tom running for his dear life.
Looks like Tom is going over to the city. Yep, he's running. Legends, however, spawns over by the regular hero spawn. Oh. And unfortunately, Blade... I should stop saying unfortunately, I don't want to sound too biased, but Blade gets Tom.
So, Troha, you're going for the Yoda gang here, right?
No, I'm trying to stay, try not to have bias on the team, but, it is unfortunate for those for those players that they keep getting hit hard by these players.
Troy, I honestly can't help but be biased. I gotta go for the Yoda team, my man. I think each kill should itself be a celebration with Yoda. I mean, again, Yoda, 15 years, always been regarded as the trolliest character in the game, and for these Yodas to put up a fight and get these kills, it just speaks to the power of the development team and making these Yodas more viable. So I celebrate each Yoda kill.
Yeah, I don't blame you, Isaac. Yeah, it's and it's good to choose a side that you want to root for in these kinds of matches, and yeah, you know what? To be honest, I am leaning towards rooting for the Yoda team at the moment.
Yeah, dude, how could you not? How could you not root for the Yoda team? Everybody in the community right now is rooting for the Yoda team.
As they should.
The score update, by the way, it's 14-43. 14-43. Villains with the lead there.
All right. There's still some time for Yodas to get it together and surely make a final stand.
Yeah, they're gonna have to. I think in this particular instance, since the score is so close for the villains, you're gonna want to try and get. Go ahead.
Yeah, it looks like they got the villains. Earlier they got the villains over by the city. It's over there, and then I noticed somebody was still around the regular area here, over by the cantina, fighting. But it looks like they're grouping up together now. Tom, naturally, Tom and what is that, Blade, fighting in the city right now.
Epic one-on-one duel right here between Tom and Blade.
Yep. Yeah, I'm gonna check that out, see how that's going. And it looks like Legends came over to Tom's, wondering what the heck is he doing.
Checking up on him, what are you doing?
And yeah, it looks like the... Oh. Yeah,
Oh,
looks like
dang,
Yoda's
Blade's
already
gonna take
marked
the
up.
whole Yoda army by himself? What? You know he's gonna
Apparently.
get punished for that. You can't take on 3 Yodas by yourself. Get out of here with that. Dang!
Yep. Oh, and it looks like that yeah, and unfortunately that cost him his life over there when Blade attempted to do that. However, his teammates did avenge him, and so his death was not in vain.
So just a score update right now, Tro, and for the viewers who are watching, it's 15 to 47 right now with villains in the lead. They just need 3 more kills to end the side.
Alright, I don't want to give up on the Yoda team just yet. I think there's, even though it's like it's not looking too well on them, it's like there's always, they can always pick it up.
Yeah, so what I was saying earlier, I think the most important thing to note here is just, the villains are more than likely going to win this side. So as the Yoda team, you want to pick up as many kills as you can before the villains ultimately win, because it's going to be a stretch to say the Yoda team is going to be able to win this now at this point.
Yeah, unfortunately, well, the match is still going, but it seems like I was wrong in my prediction that this would be a close match. However, like the Yoda team definitely made some good plays here in this match. Oh, it looks like Tom's still standing. He's making his final stand to the tower. Oh, he's unable to reach it, and it looks like that's game.
Yeah, so that side, the final score line for that was 50 to 15. 16. So looks like Fierce, Dev, and Blade need 16 to clinch, right? All right.
I can't help but wonder how like the team called the Yoda team is gonna sorry, let me rephrase that. Can't help but wonder how the Yoda team's gonna do on villains, because as we both know, Isaac, there's no Yodas in the villains side here.
Very true, my man. Very true. So, Tom usually goes with Maul when he's on villains, but it will be interesting to see what LegendZ and Alex decide to choose for their characters. So, just a quick look at the scoreline here. Alex definitely leading the Yoda team in terms of his KDR, and then Fierce leading his team with his KDR of 20 and 3.
Yeah, that is a good ratio to have on you said Fierce, right?
Yeah, with Fierce. Or otherwise known as Mr. Pop Smoke, Mr. Woo. He has many names in his in his name tag.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, when we're saying Fierce, we mean Pop Smoke, Mr. Woo. That's Fierce. But since this thing,
is he a fan of Big Fair? I'll have to ask him that later.
make a note on that, Isaac, because I'm sure we're gonna have some incredible plays that'll make you forget about asking him that.
Yeah. All right, so let's take a look at this villain squad here. So Tom is going with the Maul, as I predicted. Who? I think they're still probably choosing their characters. Yeah, probably just spawning in at this point, choosing their characters. Alex going with Asajj. Okay.
That's all right. Interesting.
What about LegendZ? Have you seen LegendZ yet?
I've not seen LegendZ.
Okay. So Alex with Asajj, Tom with Maul, LegendZ's still yet to spawn in.
He's going. Oh, he's right here. He's going Emperor.
LegendZ goes with Emperor.
Choker.
Okay.
All right.
So again, Emperor throughout the game's history, again, known as kind of like a trolly character. But with these recent buffs to the Emperor's actually not a bad pick, to be honest with you. So LegendZ going with the Emperor.
That's right, Isaac.
Alex going with Asajj, and Tom going with Maul.
All right, yeah, that seems like a pretty good team setup here with the Yoda team. And it looks like, are they ready?
Wait, Huey, what happened with that dynamic there? Wait, why did Tom mark someone's ass? Oh!
Wow.
Tom's
A rivalry.
Tom's just saying, you better watch out, Dev. I got you. That's what he said.
Perhaps. And looks like the match has started, taking off with some saber throws thrown at Legend Z. Looks like that hit him a bit, and oh yeah, Blade with that aerial finishes him off.
Tom gets pushed on the Cantina. Devastator follows that up very easily.
Pierce over here's taking out Alex. Oh, it looks like... Oh, but Pierce still got the kill, but it looks like he... Who is that? Who's playing Luke? Devastator sort of interfered. But that... Fortunately, that did not mess any of his teammates up for, like, on his part.
Alex with the push on Blade to remove himself from that high position there. So Alex has a high position now. Blade's kind of on the jog roof.
Oh, what's
Tom is over by
Tom over by the arena over here?
Yeah. Maybe he's trying to...
Looks like he's trying to draw the enemies to the city here?
Yeah, potentially. Potentially. Yeah, he might be trying to do that, perhaps. Or maybe he's just kind of hoping that the team forgets that he's there and maybe trying to come in and do a sneak attack type deal. But yeah, I don't really wonder what Tom's doing there. You know, maybe it is about...
Perhaps, yeah, it looks like he's trying to... Looks like he's trying to drag Fierce into the fray over there. Man. Looks like they're gonna be having... Oh, looks like he's facing off against Blade and Fierce.
Yeah, he's in a really bad position here. You know, he's got to just... in that particular scenario, he's got to just kind of jump towards the octagon if possible, because he was just surrounded.
That's right, Tom. It's something that I would definitely try to do. But, yeah, unfortunately, he didn't get that chance, and that cost him a little bit. So what's the score there?
Yeah, so score update on this, it's 7-0. So 7-0 is the score update.
7-0.
Heroes have the advantage. So again, just a reminder, it's 16 to clinch. 16 to clinch. So as soon as we hit 16, I'm going to tell everybody to pause because it does mess up the scores. To keep moving on and advancing and playing the game just kind of for fun. So just to help with the stats and the people who do that, I'll go ahead and tell them to pause when we get to that 16 mark.
All right,
Yeah.
Oh, looks like Legends got the first kill on the villain side, taking out Blade with that choke and lightning. However, unfortunately for Tom, he just got taken out by Devastator over there. Oh, does he not see Alex over there? Interesting.
I'm sure Devin doesn't.
Interesting play.
No, I'm just saying it as a general reminder, everybody. Yeah, because you're not really like consciously looking at the scoreboard, so it can kind of get a little. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Devastator just took out both Legends and Alex on the rocket. Very impressive. I rarely see any plays being, or in that, like, on the rocket itself, Isaac.
Yeah, that's true. The rocket is kind of a really weird type of place to fight in, to be honest with you. But there are particular instances where you can get some certain height advantages on that rocket, and you can get some tumbles and some really awkward tumbles, or maybe you could do a crazy aerial coming from the heavens type deal. But yeah, the rocket typically is not a place that you would see kills exchanged for sure.
Yeah, it seems like Legends and Alex were trying to get the advantage on there, but unfortunately, the Devastator, I don't know, just put an end to that plan.
Yep. Yeah. Alex with the second kill gets killed on Fierce.
Right.
Nicely done.
Nice, Alex. Looks like he's going was charging in on Blade there, but oh, looks like he got, and yeah, looks like he got the third. Is that the third kill for the villains?
Yeah, so this is pretty much over at this point. The heroes, all they need is just one more kill to end up winning the match. So looking very closely at that here because we do want to try and pause it or stop it when it gets to that point. So I'm gonna have my fingers at the ready on the keyboard here.
All right. Yeah, looks like Alex is facing heavy resistance against Spheres, and that cost him the game.
Return to battle.
All right, well that's it. Next game, we're just basically looking for a restart. Yep, there it is.
All right.
So this will definitely help with the stats. You know, we were having issues with it earlier and having to really get very particular about. And again, it's just because of these things, you kind of lose track. So that's the final score line. You know what? You know, Tro, I gotta say, man. You know, the Alex, Legend, and Tom team, the Yoda team, highly entertaining to watch when they play those Yodas. Man, it is.
Oh, yeah.
It is something else.
It definitely is, Isaac. I couldn't agree more.